Okay, this is Coach Saunders, and we are going through last night's blocking drills. And we just want to. I'm using a different software today to try to kind of point out a few things. It's called Screen Draw and allows me to point out a few things. And one is that Aaron has a pretty good stance. A couple of things that is going on is a good flat back. His hand and his stance has good separation from his feet to his hands, which is going to allow him to fire out. His head is up so he can see what he is doing. And so we're going to go ahead and turn off Screen Draw and try to watch him take his first few steps. One thing he does do that I kind of want to get away from is, Aaron, your back, you're standing up before your feet move. So you want to try to fire out a little bit lower than that, and we're going to work on that some more. This is Trevor. Good stance. Not exactly sure what we're doing here, but the time it's going, if you would move that hand down to your knee, it is a much shorter distance from here to your opponent than from here to your opponent. So I would probably say move that hand down there. That'll make your life just a little bit easier. And the other thing I'm going to do real quick, and I don't know if this is going to work, so far it hasn't, but you've got a good flat back, and so you'd like to maintain that out to your opponent, right? So whether or not this is going to let me do this or not, I don't know. No, it's not. So I got to turn off the Screen Draw. So let's just back it up a bit. Not bad. You see that foot right there? You want to drive that thing out, drive that knee up, and drive those hands. This hand right here, we should be punching, not just grabbing. We should punch them right in the center. You'd want to punch that guy right in the chest, right in the middle there. So at any rate, it's not terrible, pretty good. But the only right there, you can see at this point in time, you don't have a flat back anymore. You have a back that is straight up and down. So you want to keep that back flat while you're blocking, bro. Make your life a little bit easier. Here's Henry. All right, so if anybody should be able to do this, it should be this guy, because he's been doing it for 100 years. So back, hand, this, and this, and this, and this. So everything's in pretty good shape there on the stance. And that's a pretty good job of firing out. Oops, wrong tool, excusez-moi. Back flat. The thing you got to watch on Henry is the feet, and the steps are small. Henry, you should be punching too. But the steps are small, so we're just going to quickly, and see, he's taking short, choppy steps, and he's still pretty much, he's up, but it's not quite that bad. So it's going okay. I'm just going to back that up and watch that in regular speed here. That's pretty good. Good feet. Here comes Ethan. It's not bad, Ethan. That's a pretty good stance. So the first move that happens with you is your butt kind of lurches up a little bit. That's pretty good. But you've got some situation there with your feet. And this is where taking the shorter steps comes in. There's a little bit of overstriding there. That distance is maybe a little bit smaller step, Ethan, would help you to keep your balance. Because the second step is really, we're going to have the second step. Now you're really overstriding. So if you can look at that, and what you've got is you have no balance whatsoever. That's way too much of a step. And what's going to happen is guy's going to run around you. And so you're going to just take small stuff. And now you've kind of, you could not have the carpet. If you think about the carpet drill, the carpets are like that. You want to keep your feet on either side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and just short, choppy steps with a wide base. So there's a little bit of food for thought for you, buddy. And you can just see your crossing there. And we're just going to go back and watch that in full speed so you can get some perspective for yourself. Excuse me. Short, choppy steps. This is Aiden. Aiden actually does a very good job. Aiden, I might try you on the line there. It looks pretty good. And this is the hook block. We were working on our hook block last night. And the one thing I do know that's super important and everybody struggles with for some reason is you don't want to move this foot first. You want to move that foot. That foot should go right about here. Then that foot. Then just run your rear end around and in there. What happens is if you move this foot first, you end up crossing your legs and you make an X and you get knocked over. So you don't want that. So we want to try to move the foot, the direction that you're going, move that foot first. And you can see you're up and you move that foot and now you're just moving this foot and you have got a cross going on there. So you've got this foot and this foot is behind this foot is in front of this foot. That is a cross. And that's a good way to get knocked on your rear end, which you do not want to do. So step with the proper foot. And you really never get the hook because you couldn't get over there in time. These kids that are playing defensive tackle, they work all year long on taking that step inside of you, and you're going to get beat. You're probably going to miss the block, or you're going to get knocked over. Here's Trevor, hook block. And again, on this thing, we've instructed, this is Chris, this guy right here. Chris is trying to get to that bag over there. So that's the gist of what we're doing. Trevor. Okay, same thing. What you've got is Trevor, foot is up, body is up. Well, you should have gone straight, over, down, and flat. If you stand up on a hook block, does not work. All right, there you go, hop, 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 and now you're being pushed into the backfield, which doesn't work for you at all. And let's see, this is Henry. So a couple of points. Flat, hand, foot. We know that on a hook block, we want just a small amount of space, a lesser split. So, or lesser, yeah, that's right, lesser split. So then the first step should be with the inside foot. And he takes it. So good job, Henry. So here we go. He's taking that first step right there. Of course, he's extended, but he's also reaching to the inside of that guy, which is very important. Get that out of there. And now he scoots over, and you just want to swing your butt around in the hole, and he got it there. So we're just going to go back and watch a few of these guys do that in full speed. There's Aaron. Trevor. And Henry. Same thing, Aiden.